Thank you for checking out our video. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the DE filter grids in a Pentair pool filter. Should you not be comfortable working on your pool equipment, please contact a professional. But please know that it's fairly easy once you know how to work on them. The filter operates under high pressure when on, so be sure that your pump is in the full off position with the power turned off during maintenance. When working on the unit, be sure to use caution at startup, as air can be trapped in the system. If not correctly installed, the lid to the filter can be blown off, possibly causing injury. So in this case, the filter uses DE, or diatomaceous earth, as the substance that filters the water. The filter cloth on the grids merely supports the DE. You should not operate your filter in excess of 3 minutes without the use of DE. We'll not get into showing how to backwash or the introduction of DE after servicing during this video, but we'll have those videos on our channel soon for you to check out. We've also got another video on our channel already about changing out the filter grids, but we think this new process may be much easier and we wanted to share that with everyone. While we're still not sure what caused the blue color, several people on a Facebook group on pool care that I'm a member of speculated that it might be chemicals that we were using. However, it was the exact same chemicals that we've always used. So the video here that I'm showing you is how the pool looks, and the Polaris was very sluggish, and I suspect that it's the grids because of all of this dirt and debris being dumped back into the pool. So please remember, this video is strictly about replacing the filter grids. Typically, you would want to perform a backwash cycle before getting ready to clean or replace the grids, but for this video, we did not perform this step. We had several other things going on with the pool and wanted to see exactly what the grids look like immediately after opening the filter case. Much to our surprise, the grids were a deep blue color. Normally, if opened without backwashing, the DE material would appear as an off-white, dirty color. Before having issues, the filter had been recently backwashed, and the water had tested the previous week as okay. We had several things going on in our backyard, including the replacement of our concrete patio, which involved demo and removal of old concrete and pouring of the new concrete. For a period of about 5 days, the pool equipment was turned off. So we'll be right back in a minute and get into showing you our filter grid tip. Following shutting off the power to your unit, you need to relieve the air pressure from the system. To accomplish this, your filter should have an air relief valve on it, like this one does on top of the case, and open this to relieve the air pressure inside the system and leave it open. It's a good idea to leave the valve open, or leave the valve in the open position, and wait for just a bit to allow the pressure within the system to bleed off. Next, you'll want to loosen the main clamp on the filter tank. It may be necessary to wiggle the top section of the tank, but water should start to flow from the area between the two cases, if any still remains inside the filter, and let the water drain out like we're showing you here. So this is those blue grids that we were talking about earlier, and we just wanted to put a few pics of those in so you could see what it was we were talking about. So this is the smaller grid of the 8 grids that are in the filter set of grids, if you will. And I suspect this is the issue that was causing the problem in my pool. I got them all out and got them washed off, and I'm inspecting them, and you can see the top of this one, it's actually broken off. You can see all the little pieces of plastic in here, and even down here where this thing is just collapsed. The center section is a solid pipe, if you will. In fact, it should look like this. You can see how that's a solid piece, and that runs the full length of these each of these grids. And I inspected the rest of mine, and I actually found several others that have some issues, including on this one. And I don't know if this is a big deal or not, but that's actually torn. You can see there. So I suspect that's going to be a problem. And I've got a couple more that have been that I found issues on. And I got to checking back on my records. I try to keep real good records on when I do stuff like this. I last replaced the full set of grids back in 2014. So I'm not opposed to just going ahead and getting the full set, even though these look pretty good. I may keep this set, the 6 that are okay, for spare parts, and I'm just going to go ahead and replace the full stack. For what I can get them on Amazon, it's worth it to me while I've got this tore down to go ahead and just replace the whole thing. So the new grids have arrived, and I'll place a link in the description on Amazon where you can find these. So here's the old damaged grid and the new replacement grid, and then here they are side by side. So my tip is, and you take this piece out, and it's called the spider. You can assemble this grid outside of the filter case. I didn't realize this during one of our earlier videos, but tried it this time, and it's super simple. You simply place the spider, the grid locator, to where you can work on it, and position the new or clean grids, if you're cleaning your old ones, in the location or in the locations on the spider. There are 8 grids total in this particular filter, and only one of them is smaller than the others, and it's marked on the spider as small grid as to where it goes. Just carefully position all of them in place, and once you have all of them in position, there's what they call a filter template that goes in place next, and it's to help you line everything up, if you will, at the top before placing the manifold on. You want to take a lot of time here and be careful because you don't want to damage anything. Once you have the manifold positioned correctly, the 2 nuts can be secured in place. And again, we're just positioning everything and getting it in place. And on this manifold, it's also important to inspect that well and make sure that it doesn't have any cracks or that it's broken. One time before, when we had this same issue where the pool looked like heck and the DE was escaping through the grids, we found that all of our grids were okay, but the very top of the manifold was cracked, and that's what was allowing the DE to escape back into the pool, if you will. And those parts are available as well, or in other words, you can replace just that top manifold if you need to. So you can see here that I'm taking an extra long time to put this together, and a second set of hands and another pair of eyes would even come in handy at this point. But you want to make sure that you have the manifold lined up correctly on the top of the grids where it connects into each of the grids. You don't want to force this, you don't want to rush this. You can end up breaking them when putting this back together. So that's why it's a good idea to take a little extra time and just make sure that it's done correctly. So you want to be careful when you put these nuts back on, and I think they're brass, by the way. but do not over tighten them. We'll tighten those up again, or we'll tighten them up once we have the grid assembly back in the tank, right before we put the tank lid on. So again here, I've started checking. I've started putting one of the nuts on and was just snugging it, not tightening it like I mentioned. But I realized that something wasn't lining up just right. And you'll be able to tell because everything will be seated properly, and it'll go down all the way, or the manifold will seat all the way down on the top of the grids when you have everything perfectly lined up. And it's a good idea, like I mentioned earlier, and I've mentioned several times. Take your time when you're doing this and make sure that everything is lined up properly. You don't want to crush or crack one of your new grids if you're replacing them with new, or even your old ones if you've simply cleaned them all and they're okay. You don't want to crush anything during this step. And here I think I've got everything lined up. I'm just checking it again. The nuts are not completely tight. The manifold is in place on all of the grids, and I'm just going around and checking and making sure. Again, I think I've got a problem here with one of my grids, and I'm looking at that now, and I'm going to loosen those nuts back again and retighten or reposition all of the grids once again, just to make sure that they're all seating properly, because I still had one of the connectors on top of the grid that was not lining up correctly. And once you have that in place, everything should be good. Now that you have a fully assembled filter grid, you're ready to place it back in the filter case. And I've already cleaned the filter case top and bottom, inspected all of the O-rings. But before placing the grid and assembly back in place, I'm taking one more chance to inspect everything and put lubricant on the O-rings. So these are the locations of the two O-rings, and again, you want to put lubricant on those. But if necessary, go ahead and replace those. If you've got this thing open and you're doing all of your cleaning and you don't know the last time they were replaced, go ahead and get those and replace them. They're not that expensive, and it's a good idea. So here I am positioning the grid assembly back into the case, and you can see there's only one way that this thing goes in, and there's actually an O-ring where the manifold connects to the bottom case of the filter. Once you have that in, you should be good to go. But again, there's only really, in this particular model, there's only one way that these can go in. And I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but I'll mention it now. When you're ordering these grids, if you're going to get replacements, they are different sizes. So it's a good idea to check your filter either in your owner's manual or on the filter as to what size you need, and order the appropriate size grids if you're getting replacements. And you can get just the single grids, or you can get the full set. It's just up to you and up to what you need. So what I'm doing here is I've got everything in position, and I'm getting ready to close up the case, put the top back on the bottom, and secure it in place. But I'm going ahead and filling up the bottom part of the case with water. And that is simply to assist or to help in priming the pumps and getting everything going. We'll also put more water in at the strainer basket on the pump once we have everything connected, because you don't want to run those too long without the pump being primed. But that's all we're doing here. And again, one more chance to check everything on that manifold and look at the grids. So now we're about to place the top half of the case back on the filter and attach the keeper ring that goes around this case. In this video, I'm doing this by myself. Again, this is another one of those things that an extra set of hands would come in real handy. You want to make sure, and again, we've inspected our O-ring and in this case lubricated it. I didn't replace it because I had recently done that before. But you need to make sure that this is connected properly. This is where it can be dangerous if you don't have this connector ring back in place properly. When pressuring up the pool, if it's not secured properly, the top can blow off of this filter case. So you want to be out of the way after you get this in place and get it fully tightened. On the connector ring, in your owner's manual, even online in several places, there are detailed instructions about how to connect this thing. And we're not going to go into that in this video, but you should be able to read your own owner's manual and or on the side of the keeper ring. It has a step-by-step guide, and here I am showing you this on how to connect this. And while connecting it, it's a good idea if you have a small mallet to take and tap on this. And I'm not talking about hammering, I'm just talking about tapping to make sure that it's secured tightly. And you want to compress that nut all of the way down to make sure that this thing is tight. So here's some instructions that were in our owner's manual about this, and it goes step by step on securing the clamp after reinstalling it. You know, just again, be careful, pay attention to your instructions, and if you're not sure, reach out and ask someone. So we really do appreciate you stopping by our channel and checking out our video. And just remember that you too, if you've got a pool that looks something like this, chances are there's something wrong with your filter and or the grids, and you can take care of this if you choose to dive in. I recently did some price checks and found that they were charging anywhere from $170 to $250 to do this process where they change out your filter grids. So anyway, once again, we appreciate it, and remember, you too can have a nice clean pool and do it yourself.